Watch this
Order
perfect
filled.
entry. Tight stop loss and zero drawdown, capturing the entire move and the entire reversal. Now, the only way I was able to learn and enable this precision in the markets was completely down to me controlling my state of being in the moment. And what do I mean by that? Fully regulating and controlling my emotional state. By breathing deeply and sinking into your body and feeling all the emotions, all the fear, all the greed, just feel everything and announce it, literally speak it. By doing this, you're grounding that energy circuit. And then even deeper, you're discovering your thought patterns, aka your beliefs, and then you're lifting the subconscious to the conscious. You're bringing the dark to the light. And by doing this, you will completely and utterly transform your trading. So I want you to try it out. Deep belly breaths during live execution or anytime you're emotionally heightened, and then feel everything. Don't shy away. Feel it all and announce it. Stand in it. And then you're able to choose your state of being. All right, guys, we're going to do this one more time because I had the camera over the price action. So, all right, let's do this. So we're going to break down this trade. You just watched it. I just posted the live execution before this clip, and we're going to break down exactly what I was looking at, why I took that trade, and you'll notice, actually, before I jump into it, you'll notice I was dragging my take profit to this level right here, this imbalance, and for some reason it just got me out of the trade. It is what it is, all good. We still had a decent trade right there. So this was the execution, and let's run through exactly what I was looking at. So complete honesty, I was looking for prices to come down, sweep some type of liquidity, even maybe mess around in this this breakaway gap, but price just took off. So we were staying patient. Now the first thing that we're looking for, the number one thing that we're looking for, and it's not even looking, we're waiting for time. We're waiting for time. The best executions are at specific times. So this specific trade right here, I'm waiting for a 1030 reversal. FYI, guys, this is a more advanced trade, so keep that in mind, because this game is probabilities. We're dealing with uncertainty. So to stack the odds in your favor, the greater probability trades are with high time frame order flow. Now, as you progress in your skill level, mentally and technically, you will be able to short and go long throughout the day. So what I did here, this little bugger, beautiful trade right here. The first thing I'm waiting for is time, 10:30. Okay, 10:30 hits. I'm looking at where am I gonna target? Is price setting itself up to be reversed? So the first thing I'm seeing is this level right here. Even though we swept it, it's still a huge imbalance in price, and if we are going to reverse, if price gives me the signs and behaves correctly, price will come back to this level. And when we did, and we got a reaction off of it, and we went up a little bit higher, and then we went after the main target. Now, speaking of targets right now, I do not expect to run back down to 930. Not after not after all of this. Again, I understand, and this is a more advanced trade, and I understand that high time frame order flow is a huge confluence. It's a huge factor in your decision making when you're trading. So I understand that high time frame we're bullish, and my draw is higher, but that doesn't mean you can't take advantage of reversals. So 1030, then I'm looking at where can I target. Are there nice targets? This imbalance, you'll notice a lot of times on the 15-second chart. Also, guys, this is 15 seconds, so it's a little bit faster, a little bit more advanced, etc., etc. So you'll notice a lot of times these nice gaps down at recent or older consolidation levels. These breakaway gaps are a magnet for price. So that was my main target, and it hit it perfectly and then went higher, right? So I'm not looking for the home run right now, not while going against high time frame order flow. Absolutely not. So I have all of that running through my mind. 1030 hits. Next thing I'm noticing is this fair value gap, this imbalance is getting multiple touches. I love to use fair value gaps that have multiple touches on it, because a lot of times it's going to be a factor in that daily's, or in that session's price action. So it gives me another way to read price, because we're just reading tape right now. We're seeing how price is behaving and then executing accordingly to that. So I'm noticing time. I'm seeing where can I target if price behaves right. I'm noticing this imbalance. And then we get this turtle soup. We get this nice turtle soup up here. And then we get a small shift in structure, and then we completely disrespect this imbalance here, but we still close within it. So that's why this is a little bit more of an advanced trade, because this isn't super clean, right? But I know time is in my favor. I know price is getting weaker. And I'm also noticing that we took this liquidity, and then we just draw up higher, and then we're taking out this liquidity. So everyone who got short in here, they all just got ran up. They just got taken out. These guys who went long in here, who were late to the party, they were taken out. These people who went short were taken out. So now price is getting people off sides on both ends. So after this huge run up, I see price is getting a little bit weaker. We have this small shift in structure, again, faking a lot of people out because it's not the right time yet, right? And 1030 is a huge reversal time. Will it happen every day? Absolutely not. It's just something to keep an eye on and do your homework. So this execution, I have all of that in mind. I'm seeing all that in price. I enter right here because if I'm correct, one, I have a super, I've given myself a super tight stop loss, because what I'm saying off this entry is that this is the lower high. This was the sweep of liquidity. And if this was a sweep of liquidity, price will not come back to that wick. In the 15-second, you can kind of see, on the 15-second, I'm also seeing this huge displacement down. And then this kind of ugly magnet up. Like there's no way, like price is going to come back down and touch these wicks if it wants to go higher. So I enter right here. Again, with all that in mind, we should come back to these wicks. Let me see what happens when we come back to these wicks. If we didn't close beneath these wicks, then I'm moving stop to break even right away, and I'm wrong at that point, because price isn't behaving the way I want it to. Then that isn't the lower high, and we're probably gonna go higher. But as soon as we get that lower high, we displace through this imbalance that I was monitoring, and then now we're using it as resistance. So I hope you can see that. So we sweep that liquidity, lower high, we enter on the lower high, giving us a super tight stop loss, allowing us to add more contracts if we want to. I don't believe yes, I actually went double the position size. I could have put on like 30, but yeah, beautiful stop loss. I love tight stop losses. And then you can see during the trade just the precision on the risk management and the money management, the trade management, just trailing that stop perfectly, because each level shouldn't be hit. If the draw in this macro window is lower, we will not come back to those levels where I put my stop. And yes, so that is a more advanced entry. The better entry to catch that reversal would be after this down close candle. After this down close candle, catching the midpoint of that gap, and then so catching the midpoint of this gap about right there, stop loss right here. Your stop loss might be a little bit bigger, but you know, it's a little bit safer. It is a little bit safer. So yeah, that was my thought process. That was why I took this trade. So again, if we run through it one more time, NQ rips higher off the 930 open. Price is becoming with this close in this sweep. Price has now entered a consolidation range, right? The trend higher has reached a point of consolidation. We sweep the low of that consolidation. We sweep the high of that consolidation. We're at a 1030 macro window. That 1030 reversal window, that 1030 reversal window gives us a turtle soup, a liquidity sweep, and then a displacement candle closing through previous order blocks, and this imbalance. We close beneath this order block, and now we use that as resistance. We hit the 50% and of this imbalance off that displacement candle, and then we sweep the previous consolidation almost completely. But that is the thought process. That is what's going through my mind. That was why I took that trade. Again, time, liquidity levels, right? Liquidity, time, liquidity, market structure, and having your targets, right? Knowing high time frame order flow. If you're going against high time frame order flow, you better be targeting the lowest hanging fruit. Do not expect to be a home run going against high time frame order flow. So that's the thought process. Guys, if you want to execute like this, the number one thing you have to build and take care of is your mind. Your mind and your emotions. when you're trading, I want you to be fully present and allow everything, allow every feeling and expression and behavior to flow through you, and just be a witness. Do your best every day to witness your body's language. Witness if you're clenching your fists. Witness how you're breathing. Witness any tightness in your body. These are signs that you're in a state of being of fight or flight. Your stress levels go through the roof, because what you're doing in trading, you are literally managing money. Money is the tool for survival. You're coming into trading with a survival brain, and money is that tool of survival. So if you aren't aware of this and you have no skills to control your state of being, that survival brain is going to flip and release chemicals in your mind, in your brain, to fight or flight. So what does fighting look like in the trading world? You're going to overtrade. You're going to take one loss. You're going to fight to get it back. You're going to overtrade. You're going to fight. You're going to over leverage, fight, try to get it back. Or you're going to flight, meaning you're going to take profits off the table before it hits your target, because you want that certainty and you want to get out of there. It's too much stress. You just took a loss. You want to secure some profits and get it back, and so you cut your winners too short. Or flight, the trade is going against you. It's losing. You're moving your stop. You're trying to run from admitting that loss, because admitting that loss to your mind is literally death, because you're losing your survival tool. You're losing money. And your brain unconsciously sees that as death. So that is the name of trading. Reprogramming your mind from survival to evolution, into the creator mode, and being complete and whole within yourself before you step into the markets. And that all comes down through your energy, aka your emotions, and having the skills to develop your emotional awareness, your emotional being, and there's processes and protocols that we'll be teaching here. I'm super excited, man. I believe there's nobody in the game that is going to teach you could say it's the psychological side of it, but it's way more than that. It comes down completely to your energy and your state of being and who you're bringing into the market. What version of yourself are you bringing to the market? Is it the survival version that has no control over their mind and overtrades, over leverages, and wakes up at the end of the session like, what just happened? Or are you gonna bring the wisdom, the heroic version of yourself, the courageous version of yourself that can be disciplined, that can be patient, that can hone in on within themselves to allow themselves to stick and have the mental clarity to trade? Because when you get emotionally hijacked, you lose that ability to access your logic and reasoning mind. You lose it completely. So you have to control your state of being, and I'll give you guys processes and everything that you need to do that and to build that skill. And all of it's going to take repetition. It's going to take work, and when you do it, you will be a completely different version of yourself. Now, I will leave you with this, and I'm going to share this in all my videos. Breath work. The breath There's a reason why Navy SEALs do breath work in the middle of a combat zone. You are signaling to your brain that it's calm, it's safe. So by doing that, your brain doesn't release the chemicals that creates an imbalance in your brain to turn on the fight or flight. It releases, you're literally controlling the pharmacy in your brain to release the appropriate chemicals to keep you able to have clarity in the markets, to have logic and reason. So the breath does that for you. So do 3 rounds of 30 breaths before you enter the markets, before your pre-market, before you open the charts. 3 rounds, 30 breaths. And then as you're doing the breaths, I really want you to sink into your body, and just drop into your body and just feel it. Literally, you can move your body, move your legs, feel the muscles in your ankles, and feel everything in your body. And you can take a little moment afterwards to just tune in, feel your body. And then as you're trading live execution, I want you to deep belly breaths, just like pre-market. These are going to be deep belly breaths, deep diaphragmatic breaths. And again, I want you to be aware of your state of being. No judgment. Just witness yourself, man. Just be a witness. There's no judgment. Just completely see how you're being in that moment. And just be a witness. And then journal. And, stay in touch, man. Send me a DM if you have any questions on the technicals, if any questions on controlling your state of being and being empowered while you're in the markets. Shoot me a DM. Cheers, guys.